Yeah. Shalom, Israel. Shalom. Barakatha YaHaWah, Barakatha YaHaWaShi. BaHaSham Qadash. Call Allah YaHaWah, BaHaSham YaHaWaShi, BaHaSham Qadash. Right? Double honors once again to the apostles and elders, a great Muslim who teach well and rule well, who taught me this truth in its entirety, according to the Bible. Peace and salutation to the Akim, pushing this truth all over the earth. And to the Akwith, the few Akwith, quietly listening. Shalom. This is your brother Shema from the Pillars of Benjamin camp here in Toronto with another lesson. And the title of this lesson is Pandemic Declared. Right? So this is based on the announcement that WHO made today declaring a pandemic, right? Before we read the article, let's look up the word pandemic. A pandemic is different from a epidemic, right? Pandemic of diseases incident to a whole people or region pertaining to all people, right? Pertaining to all people, public, common, right? So pandemic meaning everyone's affected, the whole world, man, right? An epidemic now is that epidemic may connote limitation to a smaller area, right? So epidemic is a specific area, a smaller area, city by city. And pandemic is pretty much the whole planet, man. Right? And they declared that today, right? They declared that today. They're going back on what they were saying originally, no cause for alarm. So the same cats who were, same directors and everybody who were saying no reason for alarm, the same World Health Organization who were saying no reason for alarm are turning back and saying, it's a outbreak and it's in a pandemic. Anyhow, let's read the article. World Health Organization says COVID-19 outbreak a pandemic. Iran, Italy on front line. WHO cautions other countries will be in that situation soon. All right. WHO describes outbreak as a pandemic as case numbers top 118,000 in 114 countries. Italy reports more than 10,000 cases of COVID-19 with more than 630 deaths. Italy's getting kicked down right now, man. Rome, right? Rome's getting kicked down right now, man. U.S. case reports top 1,000. Trump promises relief package. Trudeau announces a $1 billion fund for COVID-19 responses. Right? So, yeah, man. And you see when the weather changes and it gets hot, this is just going to take off, man. The coronavirus outbreak that has infected thousands of people in more than 100 countries is a pandemic, the World Health Organization said Wednesday. Yeah, man. Call Allah YaHaWah, BaHaSham YaHaWaShi, BaHaSham Qadash. Pandemic is not a word to use lightly or carelessly, Tedros said. It is a word that, if misused, can cause unreasonable fear or unjustified acceptance that the fight is over, leading to unnecessary suffering and death. Khan. Pandemic declared, man. Let's get some precepts, man. 2nd Ezra 16, verse 18. Whoa. 2nd Ezra 16, verse 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. The beginning of famine and great death. Right. The beginning of sorrows. Those are the times we're in right now, man. And great mournings. YaHaWaShi said it in Luke 21. The beginning of sorrows, man. Right. The beginning of famine and great death. The beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. Right. We're hearing rumors of war. Right. And we're seeing these powers, the governments, jockeying for position. Right. But the governments are in fear. Right. The upper elites knows what's up. Right. They're in fear of YaHaWaShi coming back. So they're trying to get ready to fight YaHaWaShi. And also being the accuser of thy brethren, Constantly the left side, the upper elites and the left side, they know they know of the Holy One of Israel. Doesn't devils also believe and tremble? Isn't that in James? They know. They're continuously complaining to their left side spirits and to Satan. Look at your chosen. Look what your chosen is doing, right? Devils also believe and tremble. It's in the book of James. James 2, verse 19. Right? Right? The powers shall stand in fear. James 2, verse 19. The powers being the governments, right? The upper elites. The upper elites are in fear. They fear YaHaWaShi coming back, man. Right? And they're trying to make a case to fight, right? James 2, verse 19. Thou believest that there is one power, thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble, right? These devils believe, they know, and they're shook, right? And they know that the end of their kingdom is draweth nigh, right? The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils come to? What shall I do when these evils shall come? Right, and this was Ezra, right, asking the Most High Power, YaHaWah, what shall I do? We know what we should do, right? Fear the Most High and keep His commandments, right? Ecclesiastes 12. Ecclesiastes 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear YaHaWah and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Right. The whole duty of man. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments. Observe His statutes and commandments. Keep His commandments. Right? Serve the Most High. Push this word. Right? Whole duty of man. 2 Ezra 16, verse 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. Right? The Most High sending forth these famines and these plagues and these tribulations. Right? Right? To punish and to correct. Right? Verse 20. But for all these things, they shall not turn from the wickedness. Listen, man, the 2/3 in the heathen and wicked Esau, they're not going to turn away from the wickedness, man. They're gonna continue to do as thou wilt, right? And be aloof. Next precept, next verse here. Nor be always mindful of the scourges, right? They're gonna continue to be oblivious, aloof, not mindful of the scourges, man, of the punishment, man, right? And this plague, this COVID-19, it's only gonna get worse, man. All right, it's gonna get crazier, right? And this is just a segue. This is just a ramp up to the introduction of martial law, man. Because quarantines, like what's going on in Italy right now, where the whole country is under lockdown, right? That's martial law, right? And when that gets here on the Western world, it's gonna be very interesting, right? Wicked Esau. Right? Wicked Esau over here, right? In Babylon the Great, America the Great, right? With his sword, his blessing being the sword. They're not going to take to that lightly, man, right? You're going to see civil unrest, right? Sedition among men, right? Prideful Esau. It's my right, right? Yeah, it's going to get ugly. 2 Ezra 6, verse 18. And it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh. Right? Actually, let's read up one. 2 Ezra 6, verse 17, so we can get the pretext. And it happened that when I had heard it, I stood up on my feet. This is Ezra, right? And hearken, and behold, there was a voice that spake, right? And that's the Most High Yahweh BaHaSham YaHaWaShi, speaking Ezra, right? The prophet Ezra. And the sound of it was like the sound of many waters, right? The sound of the voice was like many waters. And it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth. Right, and these are the times we're in right now, man. Most High Yahweh BaHaSham YaHaWaShi is visiting the earth. Right? Visiting the earth. Right? With these plagues, these pestilences. Right? Right, Jacob's troubles are on the corner. Right? Martial law. Martial law is coming, man. Famines is coming. Right? Right? Health emergency. Right, and all they're going to do is introduce, they're going to introduce a solution, an alleged solution, right? A so-called solution, right? Oh, okay, yeah, everyone's sick. go line up over here in these FEMA camps, right? And take this vaccine, right? But those that trust in Egypt, woe unto them. Let's get that. Isaiah chapter 30. Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith YaHaWah, that take counsel, but not of me, right? Taking counsel, right? Other doctrine, right? Wicked Esau's counsel, right? But not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, right? Call Allah YaHaWah BaHaSham YaHaWaShi BaHaSham Qadash. Most High willing, we're covered by the spirit of the Most High YaHaWah BaHaSham YaHaWaShi, and we are of the elect, right? But those ain't covered with the spirit of the Most High YaHaWah BaHaSham YaHaWaShi. Woe unto them, those that take counsel and have faith in spiritual Egypt, spiritual Babylon, America the Great. Woe unto them, woe being destruction, right? That take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. That walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, right? Trusting in Egypt, trusting in America the Great, trusting in spiritual Egypt, trusting in spiritual Babylon, right? And have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt, right? Strengthening themselves in the strength of Pharaoh. In this case, Pharaoh being governments, man, right? Right? The governments, right? The powers that be, right? Regardless of jurisdiction you're in, right? But we're talking about Babylon the Great, right? Spiritual Egypt, spiritual Babylon, America the Great, trusting in America, trusting in their government, trusting in their way, trusting in their shadow, right? Woe to them, destruction, right? So when they introduce, when they come with their so-called solution, take this vaccine, swallow this pill, drink this medicine, drink this elixir, whatever it may be, coming from their left side, right? Woe unto them, right? Trusting in that, man. Trusting in man, trusting in Esau. You know what I mean? Right? But yeah, I just wanted to drop a quick couple of precepts, man. Right? The Wu declared a pandemic, man. Right? Most High willing. This gets faster and faster. Speeds up. Right? Because in this truth, we're rejoicing, man. Right? Because we can see the end of this thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was just a couple of precepts. Some edification for the flock. Some faith boosting and exhortation for us in this truth. You know what I mean? So yeah, stay prayed up. Pray without ceasing. Kwame Asherallah. Abad Babal.